New on Curiosity Stream. The way we fight wars is changing. Every technological leap redraws the battle lines. How will war be waged in the decades to come? See what lies ahead in the limited series, Future Warfare. And uncover the influence of European cities on the greatest musical compositions ever written in the captivating series, Classical Destinations. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard that tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Okay, I don't know what's happening in Japan, but they create some bizarre things. I mean, they really, really do.
Is marijuana legal there? Because sometimes I got to wonder. Something, man.
Okay. Robotics engineers in Japan have invented a device that simulates what it's like to hold hands with a woman. The researchers talk about how for some people, finding a girlfriend is very difficult, so they set out to create a way for a lonely young man to, quote, experience holding your girlfriend's hand.
Okay.
The way it works is that an elbow-mounted sliding rail mimics that push and pull when the person you're holding hands with slows down or speeds up slightly. And the device is even paired with a smartphone app that plays the sounds of a woman's footsteps and the rustling of their clothes as they move.
This is so weird.
The pliable skin is heated to human body temperature, and pores release liquid from a reservoir inside to get that reassuringly sweaty feeling.
Because that's what we all want, right?
The device is scented with a subtle perfume that is supposed to replicate the mixture of soap, shampoo, and cosmetics you might smell while walking with a real live human woman.
Does the hand squeeze you aggressively when they realize that you just farted?
Yeah.
If not, it's not
the real thing.
Yeah. I'm looking at this thing. It's just kind of creepy. It's just like a random weird, hand with what looks almost like a bomb attached to it. You know what I mean? It's not very...
No.
I don't know, man. What would you think if you saw somebody walking around with that?
Yeah, I don't know what I would think. You know, but
can I do one of like a butt? Because I don't really hold my wife's hand, but every once in a while I'll reach down and squeeze her butt. I'd like to be able to create that.
A butt with a bomb on it. Sure, yeah. Why not? So let's do that.
The bomb butt.
You know, look, I don't think this is prostitution, so I think I can endorse this. Can't you just pay somebody who would be willing to walk around and hold your hand?
A professional hand holder.
Why not? Well, I mean, if some women are willing to do a lot more than that for money, why wouldn't they do this?
Do you have to pay extra for the little, the thumb massage that goes on your palm? You know how sometimes you're kind of working on the palm? You guys know what I mean, right?
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about. Like while
you're holding hands and then the thumb kind of goes in and kind of gives you a little circular rub.
I never get that.
It's the palm to palm, not the finger laced handhold, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I never get that.
Oh, that's the best.
Wow.
See, I'm willing to provide that, but that's going to cost you.
Oh, so you're the palm rubber. You're the sort of like whatever that part
Both
of your thumb. Oh, I didn't know you guys. When did you guys realize you were those people? I don't think it's ever happened.
That's why we decided to get married, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, palm massage people while they're just
walking.
No one else
does that?
No.
Do you ever do this when you're screwing with one of your friends and you shake hands and you tickle the inside of their hand?
Yes.
Okay, so it's kind of like that, but
I don't do that with friends because they're no longer friends. Because that's happened once in my life, and I've never shaken hands with that person again.
Really? They did it to you?
Oh, yeah.
I've been wondering why you haven't changed my shaking a hand.
I'm just like, what the hell is that? I go, get
Ever
the
since
F out
the
of
job
here.
interview.
Yeah.
Well, you said get the F out of
Oh,
here?
yeah. I'm like, get the F out of here, idiot. I'm done.
Wow. Oh, it's just a silly thing.
Oh, that's why. Good. Be silly with somebody else. No more shaking my hand. You lose that privilege.
It's not like you lick the back of your ear or something.
Well, that guy I don't even see anymore.
Okay.
At least I'll see the tickler, the palm tickler. That sounds bad.
So palm tickler.
That's going to be an Urban Dictionary.
So, I feel like that would make me even more depressed that I don't have someone's hand to hold. Right?
This is what I don't understand. We are so against like men or women paying for companionship in one way, shape, or form. We think you're a loser, but it's definitely a problem because look, we've got people making robots that'll do it. Why can't we just go back to the old fashioned way that look, if a man or a woman is willing to be your companion and you're willing to pay and you don't feel, I get it. To have to put yourself out there from a psychological standpoint, and rejection is one of the hardest things for men to deal with. It's a lot easier if you know you're not going to get rejected because you've made a financial transaction.
Well, what if it's not working in a way, then the robotic hand's rejecting you?
Yeah, see, that would suck.
Someone
I buy the thing, and even the robot hand doesn't want to hold my hand.
Someone want to know, can you use that robot hand on other body parts other than your own hand?
Wink, wink.
Are you going to basically pull a Howard from Big Bang Theory?
Oh, boy.
Remember we had the robot?
Yes.
Massager, if you will, and they had to go to the emergency room, and this giant robot arm was attached to a very sensitive area of Howard's body.
It's like when they sell, your back massagers, but we all know they're not really for your back. I feel like this might be the same thing. It's like, yes, it's meant for holding hands, people.
Yeah, but now they got those new back massager ones, those gun things.
Yes, I've seen those.
Dude, my wife got one of those. It's amazing.
Really?
Like, those things.
So she doesn't even bother with you anymore?
No, it's not for that. This thing is just like, it just digs into your body, man. It feels great.
It's like a deep tissue one,
yeah.
right?
And yes, I've tried it on that area, and it's not a good idea.
Guys,
just out of curiosity, I want to see what it felt like.
I think Vicky's onto something.
What's that?
Because think about this. They said that the pliable skin is heated to human body temperature and pores release liquid from a reservoir inside to get that, they call it sweaty feeling. But, a lot of men, what do they need? They need a little lotion. And this is a hand that comes with its own lotion.
Oh, so you can replace the sweaty lotion with maybe even your own kind of lotion.
I'm thinking that's exactly I think that this is, Vicky's right. I think this is not going to be hand holding. This is something else holding. Vicky, you know what? We had to go to our resident pervert of the show, and she found out the real meaning of this.
Duh.
And look, again, with Japan, they are like one of the forerunners in the weirdest sex gadgets that you'll ever want to get.
And thumbnails.
What part of this is weird, though? I mean, you guys are making it sound like it's weird.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know what I'm thinking.
I like the idea of being a professional hand holder, though. I'm down for that.
You think somebody wants to hold your hand?
Oh, absolutely.
No.
Yeah.
Pay you to hold their hand?
I don't know what they'll pay.
No one's going to pay anything.
Okay, maybe they'll do it for free. But
yeah. No, this is probably going to be mostly, I would imagine a lot of women are going to be sought out for this job.
So since Japan has professional cuddlers.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I mean, I get
Pro
it.
Cuddle USA. We could start it.
Yeah.
Personally, I think that it's really, I'm starting to be that old guy that's like, whenever something comes along that makes life easier for people from a mental standpoint, where you don't have to challenge yourself and go put yourself out there. I remember that, my parents were giving me a hard time for different things that were invented. They were like, oh, why? They make it easy for you. Go out there and face the challenge.
Yeah, go out there and earn your handheld.
Yeah, and so I'm feeling that's the way it is with this. Is like, look, if you're that shy, go talk to somebody and learn how to put yourself out there even more and deal with rejection. It sucks, I know, but man, there's nothing like when you actually make the connection. And, what kind of connection do you make with a robot hand?
Everybody, go out and just go up to a stranger and say, may I hold your hand?
COVID, dude.
Oh, damn it.
Can't do COVID. Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
Hey, I got a rubber glove.
Yeah. Okay.
You have one, I'll take the other. I have a pair.
All right, let me tell you this. Okay.
You don't want to do that?
No, I don't want to
do that. You want to wear rubber gloves and hold my hand?
I don't want to hold. No, you're not. No one's seeking you for this.
Well, see, the thing is.
Well, he's right. It's because of COVID nobody's seeking me. If we weren't dealing with COVID.
No, it's not because of COVID.
I bet my inbox would be flooded.
Don't listen to Danny.
No,
your
I
inbox
agree
is
with
never going to
you.
be flooded with anybody that wants to hold your hand, COVID or no COVID.
I would hold your hand, but you need to get a manicure first. That's my stipulation. And you just said in the last break you're not getting one. So,
no.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? The two of you go hold things and leave me alone.
I'm sure there's categories. There'll be the manicured people hands that you go with, or the guys that maybe have calluses. So I'd be good with that because I got a lot of calluses on my hand. So they want a little bit more rib for their hand holding pleasure.
Okay,
maybe,
I don't even want to hear this. Well, how is this making you attracted to anybody?
Japan's the weird country?
Yeah, really.
I agree, Rev. Japan is the weird country.
Yeah. I can't. I really can't.
Fine.
Look, I'm sure there's a market for people like you out there.
Yeah. I mean, Rule 34. There's something for everybody.
There is something for everybody.
What rule is this?
Rule 34.
Where is that from?
It's from the internet. It means if there's anything out there, there's porn for it.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And they call it Rule 34?
Yes.
Why 34?
No idea.
Did they steal that from the rules of acquisition from the Ferengi on Star Trek? Because they have a lot of cool rules.
I thought that highly
too, BJ.
doubt that.
I thought it was from the thing with the squirrel 42 guy.
Oh, well, it's not the squirrel, it's a mouse, and you're thinking Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, yes.
I thought maybe it had something to do with that.
Because 34 is not 42, but you're close.
Right.
You're not too far off. Here, I'm going to put this out there, though, because, again, this is something where it makes it easier for you to get what you want without having to actually go out there and talk to another human being. I was given this one time. I was given this exercise. I had to go up to people wherever they were, like if they were sitting on a bench, sitting in a chair, sitting at a table.
Oh, boy.
And I had to go up and say, "May I join you?" And just sit. Yeah, that was an exercise.
Who told you to do this?
This was one of the things I've done in my life, and it was basically to put yourself out there. It was a group thing. It's not, like
Creep Out Strangers 101 class?
Well, it's like, look. Where you have a park bench, and they're meant to have more than one seat on a park bench, or if you're at a table where people are eating in it's a cafeteria setting. But again, there's more than one seat, and just because one person's sitting at a table, if there's a 4-seater, you could easily go, look, there's enough table for both of us.
Right.
But we never do that. But the idea is you realize how friendly people are. So, or if you're sitting next to somebody, not like super invading their space, but like next to them anywhere and go, "Hey, may I join you?" But you'd have to use the phrase, "May I join you?"
Ooh.
And just go up to random people at the mall, random people, whatever.
How'd it work?
You don't talk to them. You just sit and go, "May I join you?" Then you sit and do your own thing. You don't bother with them. You're sharing the space. That's all you're doing. But you let them go on with their day and you go.
Danny had a good question.
It was surprisingly amazing.
It worked?
It worked. I was so shocked at how people sure. And again, because I didn't bother them, and that was explicit with the exercise, they go, "Look, you're not trying to strike up a conversation. You're not trying to be their friend."
Did they try and strike up a conversation with you?
Some did.
Yeah.
But some just went about their business, and I think they were happy that I went about my business because they're like, "Oh, okay, this person's just taking a spot, doing their thing." More people are happy to let you do it as long as you don't invade their space.
Yeah, I tried it yesterday in the elevator. I was like, "Hey, may I join you?" And they let the elevator close right in front of me.
Again, you're the hand-holder guy.
Hey, guy, may I join you on this elevator?
And you think people are going to want to hold your hand. They don't even want to ride an elevator with you.
Christian Puyallup says, "I'd hold Steve's hand just to rub it in BJ's face."
Oh. That's the only reason.
Spite. Yeah.
Yeah, spite.
In spite of BJ.
She would toughen up.
Yep.
She'd probably close her eyes like this and go, "Okay, Steve, quick, just a spite. Okay, good, we're done."
That's all that matters, though. And I win.
Yeah, I don't think that's a win.
May I join? The only time I've ever had done that is if you go into a restaurant where it's super packed, but they're those super long tables, and you have they could easily fit 10 people, and there's only 2 people at the table.
Yeah.
Hey, do you mind if we use the other side of this table? And even then, I feel weird.
Yes. Oh, I felt totally uncomfortable.
I'll take my food takeout at that point if there's no place.
See, I'm telling you guys, it's a great exercise because.
Man, no way, not for me.
But here's the thing. If you realize that people are really friendly and they have no problem with it, I think you do it. It's just you feel like, no, I'm invading their space. They're not going to want me here. I mean, that's what our society's become, that this exercise actually had to be done. And like you guys, I felt the same way. It's like,
I don't know if I want to be stuck sitting next to somebody I don't know, while I'm eating. You know what I mean? I don't like when you're really up next to somebody, when their table is pretty much a half an inch of a separation between you. And I'm like,
sucks.
oh, this is so weird.
Yeah.
I know they don't intend to, but they're listening to our conversation.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do about that?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Hand them earplugs. Yeah, put these in.
I mean, that's the beautiful thing.
Serious stuff to talk about.
That's the beautiful thing about social distant restaurants is you actually have nice space between the tables.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're right. Usually, when you got those tables so close, you're like, well, we might as well just be the same group. Are we all we're a party of 10 at this point. We're not 5 separate couples.
So did anybody, though, not like the idea of you saying it? No, beat it, dude.
Yeah, that's what they said. They said, you will be surprised at how friendly and welcoming people are. And I'm like, okay, I'll wait and see. Because, look, I'm the kind of guy that feels like everyone's going to tell me to get the hell out of here. Not one person did.
Well, it reminds me of just recently watching the Borat movie. It's like a lot of the people who were, kind of brought into these things didn't know what was going on, but they were really super accommodating until things got ultra weird.
You're right.
So I think, people are just going to be like, sure, okay, and really just kind of hoping that you aren't some weirdo.
You know, and even like conversations, Steve. I mean, I hear conversations around me, but I'm focused on my wife's conversation.
No, I know.
So it's like, what am I afraid of? Because I'm like you. It's like, I don't want to be that close. I don't want to be. So what is it? Is it I'm afraid of rejection? Because if people are kind and nice, why wouldn't I want to be around them?
I don't know. I just kind of still like having a little bit of a bubble when I'm out eating. You know what I mean?
I gave everybody their bubble, but I was still at the same table. You know, like it was one of those. You know, like
I know what you mean. I get you.
Yeah. So, but yet, still, if you asked me to do that today, it would still be hard.
Oh, absolutely.
And I did the exercise. I mean, I thought I'd be better at it, but I'm really not.
I'm like worse. Even like at a gym where I think someone's using a piece of equipment, I'm like, I got to make sure that they haven't touched that equipment in forever. Like, because I just feel weird. Like, some people just have no problem, and I know it's not like it's just how it is. It comes with the territory. Like, hey, are you done using that? You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely, go ahead. But I'm always like that person that's like, I want to make sure they're fully gone.
Oh, isn't that interesting?
Follow them into the locker room, make sure they get dressed. I'm like, okay, good, you're done.
Okay, that's a little odd.
No, sorry, ma'am.
Yeah, no, that's very odd. Again,
it's frowned upon.
You think people are going to hold your hand, huh?
Yeah.
You really think that's going to be?
We have 6 texters that said they'd hold my hand.
Yeah, well, good. Follow them into the locker room. Have a great time with them.
Someone even said, I'll hold your hand, no gloves, Steve. That's the person that lives on the edge.
Okay, what are you doing with no gloves? Haven't you been? Well, come on, Dr. Fauci hasn't been fired yet, has he? Wear the gloves. All right, we have a question here. What do you think is the best Christmas movie of all time? I'll tell you what top.
Yes.
No, it's not.
Nope.
What? I'll tell you what topped the list at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
New on Curiosity Stream. Can we prevent cancer? Explore how our diets, lifestyle, environments, and even technology can possibly prevent this deadly disease on how not to get cancer. And the Boston Marathon. From glory to tragedy to rebirth. The long-distance race by which all others are measured. Narrated by Matt Damon, it's the trailblazing documentary Boston. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load, terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. All right, USA Today put together a list that you're probably going to fight over.
Nice.
They put together a list of the 20 best Christmas movies of all time.
Oh, I'm curious to see what is number one for all of us.
All right, and we'll see if you match the number one that they picked. Okay?
I'm trying to think of what would be number one. Man, I'm torn. Bad Santa or National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I think I'm leaning towards Christmas Vacation.
Well, at least you'd be closer to the top. Bad Santa is not even in the top 20, which is really surprising.
Wow.
To me. With some of the ones that are in here, including...
Well, it's probably because you can't really watch that one with like a 5-year-old.
Well, sure you can.
Steve has a point. I mean,
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation might even be a little bit of a stretch, but I don't think it's nearly as bad as Bad Santa.
Bad Santa's, but I mean, I feel like it still deserves to be in the top 20.
Don't disagree.
I mean, if you're adults, you can't watch with little kids. And we're not talking about the Rudolph stuff or Santa Claus is Coming to Town, because those aren't movies that were released to a theater.
Gotcha.
That's what we're talking about. So, Steve, you're right. Lampoon is on the list at number 6.
Okay.
All right. Vicky, you got what's your favorite Christmas movie that was released to the theaters?
Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Home Alone is on the list, and I am so disappointed at how low it is. It's at number 19.
What?
Wow. Which is wrong.
That should be like top 5.
I agree. I totally agree.
I mean, come on, you guys. In the history of all the Christmas movies that have ever come out, that's pretty impressive. It's in the top 20. I think they should still be proud of their standings.
Well, when you see some of these other ones, I think
Jingle
you might...
All the Way.
Jingle All the Way is not in the
Arnold?
top.
Yes.
not in
I
the
think we
top.
still have the VHS somewhere.
Ew.
It's not in the top 20.
All right.
It's shocking, but it's not.
Okay,
Rev, how about you?
This is, and I'm not going to say Die Hard, but this is kind of along those same lines, but it's absolutely a Christmas movie. Gremlins.
I knew you were going to say it.
Yeah.
Gremlins comes in at number 12.
Nice. But higher than Home Alone?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's why I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
I mean, Home Alone is a great Christmas movie. Granted, I mean, it's more about the burglars, I guess, than Christmas, really. But I mean, Christmas is steeped all over the movie.
It's everything has to do with Christmas.
It's got more. It's got. Yeah, I agree. I mean, you could just argue that. Well, I mean, really, but the family. I mean, the whole thing is they left him during Christmas, and there's the whole holiday spirit of it.
They use all the Christmas music in it.
Yeah. Rocking around the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
You're right. I totally agree. Which is why at 19, Home Alone is such a shocker to me.
What about Santa's Little Helper, starring The Miz?
Was that a movie?
Yeah.
Ooh.
No. All right, fine, because it wasn't in theaters. I get it.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it's got to be in theaters, Steve.
Yeah,
I'm
straight
shocked
to
that didn't go to
whatever.
theaters. The Miz is such a star.
He is, thank you. He's the A-list superstar.
He's a great guy. It's just, I mean.
He's must-see TV.
All right. So, Danny, what about you? What's your pick for the number one?
You guys have already said my top two, which was Christmas Vacation and Home Alone. But since you already said that, I'm going to go with Christmas Story. I have to watch that every year.
A Christmas Story comes in at number 10.
Yeah.
Number 10?
Oh, now you're shocked over that. I think Home Alone's better than Christmas Story.
No.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm saying they play Christmas Story for literally 24 hours. So
one
You're
channel.
right. Yeah, no doubt about it.
That's just like the go-to.
I feel like that's a top 4, top 5.
Yeah, I agree.
For Christmas Story?
Oh,
then,
yeah.
So you're putting Home Alone in the top 5 then?
No, I'm talking about Christmas Story.
I mean, Danny is. I know you're not.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Home Alone is either 1 or 2 for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. Home Alone it's a fun movie. I mean, A Christmas Story is a good movie, too. But I never watched it when it originally aired, and I never grew up with it like you guys did. I came late to the Christmas Story party.
So what would be number 1 for you?
Well, number 1 for me, and I would have to say, is number 3, and and that's because it's just to me it's Will Ferrell at his best in the greatest time to have Will Ferrell be Will Ferrell, which is Christmas time.
Elf is an awesome movie,
and that's I would put that.
We
in my
watch it
number
every
1.
year. We watch that every year. I could see that being a top 5.
And I go back and forth. The only thing is that I go back and forth with that and Bad Santa because I love watching that with Sarah. Because Sarah, is just like so inappropriate, and I've been watching that movie with her for years. But she's been the inappropriate kid of the family, so it's awesome.
I got one that I honestly think should be in the top 5, and I'd be disappointed if it's not. The Santa Claus.
Thank you. I was just going to say
Tim Allen.
It's the best.
All of them.
That
What
was
equals
that did not make the list. I don't
at
think.
all.
I don't see. Yeah.
Go F yourself, USA Today.
I'm sorry, but if you're putting the Santa Claus over Home Alone, you're high.
I am.
Oh, you're high.
Easily.
Tim Allen's talented, and they were fun movies.
See, to me, that's more traditional, man. It's about Santa.
Yeah.
The movie's
That
about
doesn't-
Santa.
This list is
It's
not
a
about
Christmas movie.
It's not about it. I hate to tell you.
Oh, this list sucks.
Hey, what can I tell you? Because Die Hard's on the list, and we all agree that really it's not a Christmas movie.
We do not agree on that.
Well, some of us do.
Absolutely a Christmas story. It happens during a Christmas party.
Yeah, so the problem is that, Steve, you got that. So that's why the Santa Claus gets bumped off the list.
I mean, I would even put Santa Claus 2 and 3 ahead of Die Hard.
How many of
Oh,
those
yeah,
have you seen?
100%.
I think there's 3.
There's 3.
There is
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big fan.
I am. I do. I love them. Tim
Okay.
Allen's great.
But going with that logic, is Home Alone 1 better or Home Alone 2 better?
Oh,
one's
hands
gotta be
down.
better.
I love 2. I
Two's
love 2,
fun,
guys.
but Home Alone 1 is still the OG.
New York City in Christmas time, it's so great.
That's the only reason I want to go to New York during Christmas time.
Yes.
Because of that movie.
Okay.
One texter agrees. This list blows. Tim Allen should be number 1.
Okay, I'm sorry, it shouldn't be number 1. But I think you'll be happy with number 1. But people, the funny thing is, I don't know if anybody remembers this. They keep forgetting this movie, and yet it's number 1 to a lot of people, but we don't remember it.
A few texters saying Nightmare Before Christmas. Some people are shocked that Danny didn't pick that one.
It's not a Christmas movie, it's a Halloween
But
movie.
it says Christmas.
I know, but it's a Halloween movie.
It's as Christmassy as Die Hard.
It's Tim Burton has said himself it is a Halloween movie, not a Christmas movie.
Well, hasn't Bruce Willis said it himself that it's not a Christmas movie?
You guys don't get to do you understand the world?
Brad's like,
I don't believe it.
But you don't understand that we have the world where you don't get to, the people that create things don't get to decide what they are. So that's like GIF and JIF. You don't get to decide. So we say it's a Christmas movie. Sorry, Bruce Willis. And sorry, Tim Burton. It's a Christmas movie as well.
Well, the Santa Claus is legally the best Christmas movie. So
Legally? Oh, yeah. Where was that in court?
These are clearly all illegal.
What was that? Elle from Legally Blonde argue that case?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't know if I'll give you a clue. The Chive people must love this as their favorite Christmas movie.
Was it Bill Murray Christmas? Oh, Scrooged.
Wow, really?
That's number one.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I've watched it a couple of years ago, and it's still really good, but not number one and not better than Home Alone.
USA Today, baby.
I remember liking Scrooged. I thought it was a really good film.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even put it in my top 5.
Yeah, I could see it in the top 10. Number 2 is the iconic, Danny, if you want to talk about a movie that's played over and over and over and over again for decades.
Babysitters 2.
Whoa, is that a Christmas movie?
I got it for Christmas, so yeah. All right, I guess that's not it, based on BJ's reaction.
Yeah, that's not it.
All right, my bad.
There was no chance, okay?
Babysitters 3.
Now that is a Christmas movie. Come on, number 2. It's the old school.
Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh, you are close, Danny. That's number 5. That is old school. But this one is slightly older school.
It's a Wonderful Life.
There we go.
Angel time and angel makes his wings.
People are putting that at number 2 still.
Which is...
And Miracle at 34th is number 5, according to people.
It's interesting because I heard the story of that movie when it came out. It was garbage. Nobody liked it. And so eventually it went into the public domain, and like local small TV stations are like, well, it's free. So
we don't have to pay for it.
We don't have to pay for it.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm. I saw it on an episode of Adam Ruins Everything.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So often you see that, Vicky. So many things that came out were way ahead of their time. And I did not know that about that movie because I would have just assumed everybody loved it. But in 1946 is when it came out. I guess they hated on it, like Vicky said. And I know the Three Stooges were that way, where everybody hated the Three Stooges when they were out because they were considered very lowbrow for the time. But then my generation in the 70s, they blew up. We love them, even though it was like 30 some odd years later. But some things are just ahead of their time.
What about The Grinch with Jim Carrey? Someone
Yes.
said, hands down, great film. I agree. That's an awesome movie.
Did make the top 20.
Did it?
Wow.
No.
How about the regular Grinch? Just like the Grinch and like the cartoony, because that's a movie technically.
Dan,
But it didn't get a theatrical release.
Oh, okay.
That's why the Miz movie didn't make it either.
I got you.
Yeah, that's exactly why the Miz movie did.
Santa's Little Helper.
And actually, that's
Did the Muppets Christmas Carol get a theatrical release?
Yes, it did. And that's fantastic as well.
It is. I think it should be better than
it's not on the top 20.
Wow.
You're going to be surprised at some of these because it's not always just about like ho holidays. Some of them take place in the holidays.
Christmas with the Cranks.
Oh, so good.
This one here, where the little kid in this movie, Christmas, no, it's not.
That was a great movie.
It was Tim Allen again.
That's the problem.
Tim Allen makes Christmas awesome.
Yes. I love.
They might need to cancel Christmas the day that he passes.
I love Galaxy Quest, so I'm not going to put Tim Allen down because I thought that was fantastic and he was great in it.
Tim Allen, if it involves white powdery stuff, he is the best at it.
Oh, really? So why don't
In many cases, yes.
Why don't they have him do the new?
Wow.
Hey, say hello to my little friend. Have him do that movie.
Santa plays Scarface.
Yeah, a little Scarface Christmas. So we've got Scrooge at number 1. It's a Wonderful Life at number 2. Elf at 3. Love Actually is number 4. The movie that even the little girl says is dated and sexist and misogynist and whatever, and women are treated like objects, and she hates that movie, and yet it's considered the number 4 Christmas movie of all time. Which I don't know. I've seen it once, and that's when it came out live. I have no desire to see that movie again. And with after what that girl said, who was the little kid in the movie, and now she's an adult, it seems like it's pretty dated as far as how relationships are regarded in that movie. I don't know. Miracle on 34th Street's number 5. Christmas Vacation, number 6. Die Hard at number 7. Which again, I'm pissed because it's a great movie, but come on.
I feel like it's become the pineapple on pizza conversation. I just have to agree. I just have to accept the fact that I can't argue with people that are completely wrong and just
so rude. But at number 7,
I can't have this conversation every year.
But number 7,
right?
I mean, look, if you want to put in the top 20, Steve, all right, I'll give you 19, I'll give you 20, I'll even give you 18. But 7 over Home Alone, come on.
I guess it's probably just on how much somebody actually watches certain movies during the holidays. Because I know a lot of people, that is their tradition, is to watch Die Hard.
Yeah.
And whether you would consider it a Christmas movie or not, it's still tradition.
All right. Well, since you're bringing up emotions and tradition, things like that, number 8, you're not even going to know. But I did a little research on number 8 because I'm always looking for a new movie to watch. This movie came out the year I was born.
Oh.
What?
The Apartment.
300 BC?
Thanks. You're a good guy. That's
Sorry.
The apartment?
Yeah.
What the hell is the apartment?
It's got Jack Lemmon, Shirley MacLaine, and Fred McMurray. That's the Herbie the Love Bug guy, if you remember him back in the day. Jack Lemmon was one of the grumpy old men, and Shirley MacLaine, you know Shirley MacLaine. She's been parodied all over the place like super new agey girl.
93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
So here's why, because I did a little research on this one. Here's why the apartment fits. It takes place during Christmas time, but it talks about the loneliness of Christmas. They even bring up attempted suicide. This is in 1960. It's a comedy, by the way. The movie is a comedy, but they have these moments where they did dress the lonely, and it's a Billy Wilder film, and Billy Wilder was a great director back in those days. And so I guess because it took place around the holidays and talks about loneliness in the holidays and two people trying to figure it out. Now, here's the concept. If you want to talk about how dated it was, this guy who owns this apartment he's at the lower ends of the office. He's trying to work his way up in the office. You want to talk about a human resources nightmare? He's asked by his boss and all the uppity mucky mucks if they can use his apartment so they can bring their side squeezes and their side action there. He has to leave his apartment so they can go have affairs, and that's the only way he's going to get a promotion in the company. And by the way, this was 1960. Like, this stuff actually happened, and they made a movie about it.
Damn.
Yeah, but because it happened around Christmas time and loneliness, I guess that's why. I'm looking forward to watching it because it's like a time capsule to think that this is how business used to be done, back in 1960. It's nuts.
Yeah, zero interest in seeing
But
that.
I don't think it should be number 8. I feel like there's like so many.
It won an Academy Award.
Yeah, Best Picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bunch of stuff.
So, I'm going to watch it because I know those actors and those people because I grew up and all that. And plus, I'm always interested to see what's going on during my birth year. For some reason, it just interests me.
Yeah, just to see what was happening when you were popped out.
Yeah, exactly. Christmas Carol, that's the old school Scrooge one.
Okay.
Yeah. Christmas Story's at number 10.
Do they have Lethal Weapon on this list?
What? Yeah, they do at number 15.
I mean, that's
all right. Yeah, that's fine.
But it happened.
Well, you better be okay with it because of Die Hard.
Yeah, but why are you okay with it because of Die Hard?
I'm not okay with it.
He's not.
Oh.
You gotta take his tone. How'd you miss his tone?
I was hoping
the way he brought it up, he was like, "What the hell?"
I was hoping because he brought it up, he was down. Oh,
no,
jerk.
If they did a list of awesome action films from the 80s, I would say both of those movies deserve to be on the list.
And I didn't notice this, Danny, but sorry. Number 16 is The Nightmare Before Christmas. I just noticed it.
You're wrong, Danny.
Yeah, sorry, Danny. The rest of these,
Fred Claus.
No.
Fred Claus was really good.
I like that one.
Yes. Yeah, I liked it too.
I don't think I saw that one.
It's a good one.
Avoid it.
Okay. Well, Rev says avoid it, and I don't trust you two geniuses, so I'm going to avoid it.
That's the spirit, guys. That's just rude.
It's not rude when it's true.
All right, what about Christmas Bounty? Is that on there?
A Christmas Bounty? What the hell is that?
That's another movie starring The Miz.
Oh, I was hoping it was maybe with Dog.
Okay. There's something else out there besides wrestling.
When you find it, tell me, because I don't believe you.
Okay, fair enough. All right, yesterday, Steve, he did get this one right.
What slogan did Nancy Reagan create for her drug awareness campaign?
Oh, drugs are really expensive. There.
No.
Oh. Just say no.
Yes.
Well,
drugs are really expensive.
They are. They sure are. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. What's the difference between filing for bankruptcy and credit counseling?
Credit counseling is a useful process in some circumstances, but it does show up on your credit. In fact, from a credit scoring standpoint, credit counseling shows up just like a bankruptcy, so it's going to affect your credit as negatively as filing bankruptcy. In credit counseling, the idea is that a credit counselor works with your creditors on your behalf to try to lower interest rates or work out payment plans with your creditors to pay back your debt over time. In credit counseling, you almost always pay back 100% of the debt, sometimes at lower interest. And of course, some creditors will participate in that process and some won't. So you're usually left with kind of a mixed result with credit counseling and, of course, a high payment.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
New on Curiosity Stream. The way we fight wars is changing. Every technological leap redraws the battle lines. How will war be waged in the decades to come? See what lies ahead in the limited series, Future Warfare. And uncover the influence of European cities on the greatest musical compositions ever written in the captivating series, Classical Destinations. It's all on CuriosityStream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit CuriosityStream.com.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.